Welcome to the world of Jalara, where the people of Genesis Battle of Champions live. Our in-store gameplay community is growing. Visit GenesisBattleofChampions.com to find a local game store near you. Our list of international distribution partners continues to grow. Ask your local game store to contact one of these fine companies and have your store join our Play network. Visit GenesisBattleofChampions.com to explore the lore of the lands. There are chapters of lore that you can read, chapters of lore that you can watch, and there's also a helpful map where you can learn where all of the key characters in the next set live inside the world of Jalara.
think they are. Another little wannabe gangster trying to play hard. Ding down, they just think they are. Another little wannabe gangster trying to play hard. The guys then dip out the ends. Jump in the ride, then burn out the rims. Don't stop, don't coach, the boy that I'm in. Now we on the block with the up for events. Skin kept close, cause you plotting on them with the tips on 10. Batch in the back that's on tap, all ready to go and jump in. Ding down, they just think they are. Another little wannabe gangster trying to play hard.
Tell me why I always need to survive off your love, cause every time you fire at me, it kills all the fun, kills all the fun. Every blink of an eye brings a new drop of blood from the sky, but I don't mind, cause the way that you lie makes me feel so alive, feel so alive, cause the rhythm awaits, waiting for my bones to break.
And that's the camera. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to a very special 50-second episode of Beyond the Edge of Exile. My name's Jason. Joining me tonight for this special episode, the one and the only Janice.
Hi, everybody.
First question, just to make sure, can everybody hear us okay? It's a little weird because usually I'm talking with Will or somebody else via Discord, but tonight we're just doing it all live from the one room here. So if anyone can just confirm for me that the audio is working, then we're going to do an experiment. Can people hear Janice when she talks? Go ahead and say something, honey.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 52nd episode.
So I'm just asking because if she's too quiet, we can unplug the headset and try going direct mic. So just let us know if Janice is, if you can hear her, and if not, we'll try just unplugging the headset and see if that's better for everyone. And then we'll get underway. Janice is a little bit quiet, they say. So, science experiment. I'm going to try unplugging the headset while the stream's going. I think it'll make it easier for you to hear Janice, but if not, just let us know if there's no audio.
Maybe turn off the AC.
Oh, and yeah, we have air conditioning on. I will turn that off as well. Give me just 1 second here. I'm going to step away because that's true. Janice pointed out there is background noise from an air conditioner in the room that's running. So one moment, everybody. Okay, so we turned off the air conditioning. Now,
Hear me well? And Jason?
can you hear us? Let us know if you can hear us now without the headset on. Because we're not sure. But I hope so. Much better. There you go. Okay,
Woo-hoo!
Great. So you can hear both of us. That's awesome. We are going to go without the headphones tonight then. Oh, I'm so excited I get to do an episode with Janice. I don't usually have her on camera. This is awesome. I'm so excited. Welcome, everybody, to our 52nd episode. Isn't it crazy?
Crazy. It's been a year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started these a couple weeks after the ink got dry, I think, on taking over. So technically it's a little more than a year officially.
Because we've taken a few weeks off.
Did we?
Well, yeah, like
Christmas, I guess.
and Canada Day. And
yeah, that's true. So I guess technically it's a little bit more than a year. But still, the 52nd episode, I'm really excited about it. Feels good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to have everybody here tonight. Let me just check on my phone. I'm curious to see how many people we have tuned in right now. Oh, it's 11 right now. That's a good start for this early in the stream. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. As always, if you haven't yet, make sure you say hi in the chat because we do give away a prize every single week. Just like we were talking in the chat a minute ago with Cardboard Flesh and Blood. All you have to do is say hi tonight. You might win a booster pack of Invasion that will ship free of charge to you wherever you may live. Now then, with that being said, how's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? I'm feeling really good. I'm excited. This is the 52nd episode. Is a big milestone. It feels good. What are you doing, honey? You're checking the email. You're like still checking the emails. You want to be able to answer them right away about.
Look, I struggled for the last 10 minutes to get into this stupid computer because when it goes to sleep, it doesn't like to go back working. And it took me forever to re-log in. And yes, I have Cardboard Flesh and Blood. I have your your email and your mailing address, and I will send it off to you. I will probably get to it this week or next week. I like to do like a whole whack of them all at once, just because a trip to the post office every week is not really what I want to do. Yep,
that's fair. Hey, welcome to the chat tonight. Darxian, I'm going to try and pronounce it. Interesting spelling. Very cool looking name. Glad to have you here tonight. Once again, we are here to discuss Genesis Battle of Champions. And I'm excited because with it being kind of a quasi-anniversary episode, I thought it'd be a great time for us to look forward to what's going on right now. Some of you are probably aware, just because I put it on the screen, that we have a Kickstarter going on now, which is really exciting. But I also thought while we're looking forward, we should also take a look back as well, honey.
And what we've accomplished this year?
Oh, spoiler alert. Yes, that's why. Yeah, we've had a really great first year in business, and we got some cool quotes from some people that we've worked with, and we just want to take a little trip down memory lane to start the episode, and then after that we can talk about the Kickstarter, we can answer questions, we can talk about whatever you want. But first, let's take a quick look here at the current state of Genesis Battle Champions, and spoiler alert, things are really good. You ready, honey?
Ready.
Perfect, here we go. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Real talk. How are things going with Genesis Battle of Champions?
Edge of Exile Entertainment was incorporated in May of last year with the sole purpose of carrying on Genesis Battle of Champions. Now, from our very first live stream, when we first announced that a new company had been formed, we made some promises and commitments to the Genesis Battle of Champions community, but we've also been very realistic. We have said from day one that people need to be willing to take the time, to give us the time, to accomplish the goals that we've set out for the game. As a brand new startup company, and let's be really clear, that is what we are. We've barely been around a little over a year. We are a startup company. Well, let's take a look at what we've accomplished in our first, well, even in the first calendar year as a brand new startup company. When we successfully completed the purchase of the rights to carry on Genesis Battle of the Champions, we knew we had our work cut out for us. It wasn't going to be easy. The previous company shut down in the worst manner possible. People were left unpaid, the rug was swept out from under the feet of a loyal and passionate fan base, and we all felt like something had kind of been stolen from us. So we knew that we had to do a lot of work to get this game up and running again and to take it to the heights that it deserved to reach. Our first step, we had to get our game into stores, and more stores than it had ever been in before. So we reached out, we negotiated with a bunch of distributors, and we landed 3 new distribution partners in our first 7 months of business. One of the premier distributors in Canada, Universal Distribution, one of the premier distributors in the States, and one of the most requested by our fans at the time, Southern Hobby Distribution, and we even established a partnership with a new startup distributor in Europe, Yoda's Data. Now that we had how we were going to get the product into stores solved, our next problem that we had to tackle was making the product. When the old company announced it was shutting down, it basically chose the worst time to do so. Real local game stores, including the one that I owned at the time, had already put down real money on pre-orders for the next set, Invasion. So businesses were mad, players were mad, we all felt, again, like something had been taken from us. So our top priority, we set an ambitious goal, and we wanted to somehow finish the set Invasion, get it to printers, and get it into stores around the world wherever they carried Genesis before the end of the year. It was our top goal to get these cards into players' hands as fast as humanly possible. And we did it! Before 2023 ended, stores all across North America were able to get booster boxes of Invasion in their stores and into their players' hands. And on top of that, we also released a new playmat that was available in stores and 5 starter decks. Not only did we meet our ambitious goal, but we smashed it by also releasing our supplementary products, all within the first 7 months from being incorporated as a brand new startup. Now that we've reviewed just some of the great highlights that we've accomplished in our first 7 months in business, let's take a look at how the community is doing for Genesis Battle of Champions. And I'm very happy to share, the community for Genesis Battle of Champions is growing faster and bigger than ever before. Game stores are loving what we've been doing because we've focused on what's important, making sure that our game is beneficial for game stores to host and carry, so that they're going to want to carry it and that the owners of the game stores are going to want to help promote our brand, because game store owners are the most important people that you can have on your side when you're a small independent growing in the industry. Let's take a minute and listen to what some real game store owners are saying about the state of Genesis in their stores today.
Hey all, it's Tyler here from Muskoka Cards and Collectibles. Just wanted to give a big shout out to Genesis Battle of Champions, especially to Jason and Janice, 2 absolutely amazing people. I had the pleasure of meeting Janice and Jason both while I was looking for stuff in the store, and through a conversation we actually built quite a good bond. And you know, being a trading card game store as well as a hobby store and collectible store, Genesis was right up our alley to add to our arsenal. One thing that I can really touch on is the retail support side of things. It's been absolutely amazing. As you can see here behind me, I got a bunch of 2-player starter sets. I have a bunch of promo packs that were given to us to hand out for our awesome Genesis nights that we're planning on having, as well as some decks to start off with, and some playmats. So that's just one of the many good features of being part of the Genesis clan. They do try and set you up for the best success that can possibly be, especially being a store owner. We obviously need to stick together. And as a lot of you know, Janice and Jason previously did own stores, so I think they definitely really hammer that side of things and making sure that the retail side is set up. Today we had them here, and it was an absolutely great day, great event, and we had a pretty good turnout. So for anybody who's wondering, should we get Genesis, should we not, don't ponder it, just do it. I absolutely think you should, and there's lots of benefits to it, and I can definitely see it being one of the most one of the more played card games in the industry. So don't fret it, just jump in. The Kickstarter, also some great promotions in there. I myself, Scope Card and Collectibles, we did the retail package, which I think is definitely beneficial to any retail store. But if you're just an individual, tons of great options.
So yeah, that's a look at how things are going right now. We're pretty proud of the fact that we were able to, as a brand new startup company, we were able to get contracts with some of the biggest distributors, the biggest one in Canada and one of the biggest ones in the States. We're also in Europe. We're really proud of the fact that we were able to rush that Invasion set out. It is a real amount of work, like to get a set out into stores by the end of the calendar year. We only had 7 months from when we started to try and achieve our goal of having it in players' hands by Christmas. And we did it. Barely, because shipping in the States in December is a nightmare. But
Thanksgiving.
But but we still got it there in time. People were able to open up booster boxes of Invasion or starter decks or playmats on Christmas morning, and that was a real big victory for us. Something that I don't think very many people could have got done, to be honest. I'm really proud of our team because it was a team effort. Everybody contributed, and especially the starter decks are phenomenal. And I'll always praise Will. Sorry that he couldn't be here tonight. Before the live stream happened, he said to me online that he wasn't even home yet, some sort of delay for Will. So sorry that we're missing him tonight on the anniversary, but I have to shout out him, especially. He's been a real rock star of a Genesis card designer, and he's just such a great person. So big fan. And then that was just the first 7 months, but in the time since then, we've signed our 4th distributor now. We now have 2 distributors in the United States. When we were at Gamma, which is basically the biggest industry-only, not open to the public gaming event in North America, when we were there, we signed the new distributor. We met with both of the 2 biggest independent tournament software companies out there on the market. Both of them wanted us to sign with them. We carefully weighed all the options, and we went with Best Coast Pairings because they were the best fit for us at the time, and they still are. We're really excited about that. And yeah, it's just like, I'm really proud of the fact that everything that we committed to, and we set some ambitious goals, but we hit them all in the first 7 months and in the first year. And even now, we're still on track to hit more goals. You might remember, viewers at home, that when we first started doing our very first couple live streams last year, one of the big things that I'm passionate about as a former Magic judge is organized play and getting bigger tournaments going, organized tournaments, promo packs, and all that stuff. And right from day one, when we first started, we said that the earliest we'd be able to do it is August or September of this year. And we're still... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That was like the absolute earliest.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
we did say the caveat that,
we were hoping.
Yeah.
But, 2025, definitely. And I think we're still on track to have it done before the end of the year.
Well, especially if the Kickstarter goes well, because if the Kickstarter reaches its goals, we've committed that we're going to have that very soon. Because in that case, a lot of it is just revolving around having the funds to unlock all the really cool features we want to unlock for our Genesis players. Definitely. So, we're right on track with everything we've said, everything we promised. In some cases, we actually delivered a little bit extra, because the starter decks were a surprise, and the new playmat was a surprise and whatnot. So, I'm really happy. As a startup company with a very small team, we were very lucky that everybody on our team had skills and experience that was very relevant. And it's just been amazing to be working with all these rock stars, Will included, Janice included, Jeff included, JC, the rules team. Guys. Yeah, Shahan and...
Oh gosh.
Shahan and Shahan's friend.
Oh gosh, he's going to kill us.
He's going to kill us. Why am I blanking on his name? I know. I can picture his voice so clear.
Right?
If he was talking to me right now. But yeah, so everybody who's involved in the game have been really
Oh, my word.
wonderful
Fail,
rock stars.
Janice.
I know, right?
You suck.
Me or you?
Yeah.
Me?
Both.
Oh, both of us. Yeah, we both suck. But yeah, so it's been really great. Eric, is that his real name? Is Eric? Because I just know him by his handle, Kelotics on. Yeah, so is it Eric? I guess that is. You know, I don't know if I've ever actually talked to him and said his real name ever. Isn't that funny? Yeah, well, that's the benefits or the problems with working remotely with people, right? You get used to their Discord handles or their YouTube handles or whatnot. So yeah, so we've had a great team, great successes, and I'm so stoked, and I'm so proud right now as we're hitting just past our official 1-year anniversary, but again, 52nd episode.
Well, even when we officially said Edge of Exile existed, we still hadn't, like, it was still, we were still
the ink wasn't even wet yet, let alone dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a bit premature.
Yeah. Yawn! That's it, yawn!
Oh my
Yawn!
gosh.
Yawn!
You have to forgive me.
Sorry.
I just got back from being away for a week, and I just worked a full day at the day job, and my brain is mush.
Yeah.
You have no excuse.
Hey, do you hear that bus, everybody? That's the one she just threw me under. That's great.
That's what I'm here for.
No, that's great. Awesome.
This is why I don't get to be on the show very often.
No, I appreciate it. They're gonna love it. They're all gonna love it. The more I get embarrassed as this goes. But yeah. So Janice, why don't you maybe let them know about some of the cool phone calls you've been doing just in the last few days?
Well, over the last few days, weeks, I've been contacting all of our stores that are on our store locator, just checking in with them. Making sure we're available for their help, to help them in any way, shape, or form. Lots of great feedback, lots of good people, communities growing. Desire to see the game grow. Some people were like, the owners like it because it's wife. And then Genesis.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Which store was that? That was the one you were just talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, Kobold Keep. Okay, yeah.
So,
which, shout out to Kobold's Keep. They've been our lighthouse, our beacon of gameplay out in Sparks, Nevada, just outside Las Vegas.
Reno.
Sparks, or just outside of Reno. You're right. Sparks is a rural of Reno, not Vegas. You're right. But yeah, they've been really great, and we love them. They're awesome people out there. I had the best conversation today. I'm going to try and load up a photo here I want to show you in just a second, because I want to tell you a story about one of the coolest game stores out there. And I'm not picking favorites, because I love all of the game stores equally, but I do want to tell you a really cool story. So give me just 1 second to load up a photo that I want to share, because I was talking to a man by the name of Rob, and Rob is a really cool guy. Rob lives in a very, very, very remote place in British Columbia called Prince Rupert, and I got to talk to him today because he's been, originally he was a big supporter of Genesis back in the day when the original company, Haunted Castle Gaming, started. In fact, he provided one of the testimonial quotes you might have just noticed in the video that just played. But the really cool thing that I really admire is Janice and I, when we had our game store, it was a challenge in this smallish town of like around 20,000 people, plus there's cottages around, so really it's even more than that. And it was a real struggle for us to keep going. But Rob, who's built up Good Times Games, it's been in existence for 18 years in a town of only 10,000 people. And not only that, Prince Rupert is literally at the end of a highway that ends at the ocean, and it's a 2-hour drive to the next closest town. So can you imagine 10,000 people, 2-hour drive to get to anywhere else? And the guys built up a thriving community. They all love it. The game store, Good Time Games, is doing great. And I'm trying to find a photo because they won this really prestigious award, and I have a photo of it. I just got to find it here because it's really cool. They're just killing it. And the fact that when you're in a small town the way they are, you have to be, like he discussed with me this, you have to be really selective on what you bring in, because A, you're not really going to get a tourist per se when it's a 2-hour drive to the next closest town. So you got to really be selective on only bringing in the best products, and you want to make sure that your community is going to support the things you bring in. And it's a lot of pressure, and the guy is just killing it. and he was a customer of Haunted Castle Gaming. Then he unfortunately sold all this stuff in that weird transition time. You know how Haunted Castle shut down and everybody thought the game was going to be gone forever, and we weren't really talking about what we were doing because it wasn't done yet and whatnot.
Well,
There was lots
going on.
Yeah, there was lots going on, and nobody really knew what was going to happen in the future. So unfortunately, he wound up parting with all of his stock and whatnot. And then what happened was we reached out to him, or maybe he even reached out to us after. But we rebuilt that connection. He's carrying it again. He's really proud of it. Of supporting a Canadian game, and he's a great guy. And I feel so proud that, on literally the end of a highway, so remote, that Genesis is one of the products that they're willing to bring in, because they generally have to stick with just things that are a guaranteed winner. And he said a lot of nice things in the comment. And if I could just find this bloody image, I would love to show it to you. Oh, what is going on here? I'm just going to resave it. Janice, entertain them for a minute while I do this.
What do you want me to entertain them?
I don't know. Tell them a story.
Tell them a story.
Tell them a story. You probably know a good story. Hey,
Damien, and John, and everyone else who I haven't said hi to. I don't have any stories to tell. I am just chugging along, trying to,
Oh, I found it. Okay, that's why. I saved it in the wrong folder. I'm so dumb. Give me a second here. Now I found it. So I'm going to load this up right here. I put it in my store logos folder instead of my store advertising folder. And I know.
Fail.
I wasn't on vacation drinking for a week, so unfortunately I don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now then, if I put this on, you should be able to see it. Oh, that's a little... We're just going to blow this way up here. Okay, we're going to cover up us with this. Check this out. So GAMA is that huge convention, the biggest one in the industry, just for people who are involved in the industry. And at the 2019 Power Retail Awards, out of stores all over the world, Good Times Games won the award for most outstanding organized play. Now, you'll see the runner-ups there that are on the screen are from the UK and from Houston, Texas. So when I say this is a worldwide global accomplishment that this store earned in Little Prince Rupert, so far remote, like, I'm telling you, this community is passionate, they're devoted, they're killing it. And if you've ever wanted to, support an underdog store that is just remote but killing it, check out Good Times Games. And I even did up a link for them to make it easier to find the store. bit.ly/goodtimesgames. So you can hit the old bit.ly link for Good Times Games. Check them out and support them. And as John Rayner says, long live the Elf King. Because, the guy, they dress up in costumes. There's costumes in one of the photos there. They do all sorts of cool things. They do some LARPing and... Yeah, you've actually talked to him on the phone. So, So that's a shout out. One of the really cool, really passionate stores that are just thriving and carrying Genesis. Love them. Kobold's Keep out in Sparks. Love them. Also, Rochester CCG. Sean O'Brien's a really great guy. He's another store in Rochester that kind of... The old company burned their bridges with him. He kind of got the shaft on poor treatment when the old company was shutting down, but we reached out and we were able to restore that bond and make good on fixing other people's bad decisions, which we had to do a little bit in the first few months. And ever since, it's been great. So I'm so thrilled. Also, Pink Elephant, who had a testimonial in the video as well, they're doing really great in Wichita. Love Pink Elephant. They're really cool because if you ever check out Pink Elephant Games and Cafe on Facebook or wherever,
they got pizza.
Yeah, you beat me to the punch. Yeah, they've got really good looking food, a whole restaurant and a game store, really cool vibe. So there are all these really cool stores with really cool stories that are all choosing to support Genesis, and their communities are loving it. And the comments and the testimonials from the store owners, the people who make the decisions on what games get played in their stores, were very, very complimentary. And we love that the stores that we're partnering with know that we're working really hard to support them, and they're supporting us. And that is the best way to grow in the gaming industry, is be a good friend to the game stores, and they'll be a good friend to you. And it's working. It's working great. And I'm really excited because this coming Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be down in New Jersey at Collecticon, New Jersey, which they market themselves as the largest collectible card gaming convention in North America. That's what it says on their website. And I guess they're a series because they go from major city to major city to major city. And New Jersey's close enough to Canada that I'm sneaking down there for a weekend with a good friend. We're going to be doing demos all weekend, and it is going to be the first ever convention in the era of our company that we'll have been at a convention that's open to the public, where we'll be doing demos and people will be able to sit down, play the game, and if they love the game, which, let's be honest,
They're gonna
love the game. We're gonna have all the product there because I'm gonna be at a booth hanging out with Will from Indie Pro Games, our newest distributor. Got to check out Indie Pro Games, great distributor. If you own a local game store and you want to get all your stuff at wholesale prices, you can check them out. Also, they do sell direct as well online at the manufacturer's suggested retail price to the public. So Will is going to be there with all of our products, the playmats, the starter decks, the booster boxes of the 3 most recent sets, including Invasion, our set. It's all going to be there. It's all going to be for sale. He's going to be very busy running the cash register all day while we do some demos, teach people about the awesome game of Genesis. And I'll be there also promoting the Kickstarter. So I can't wait to see people's faces when they find out that, hey, if you really love this game that you just played right now, for like $100 Canadian, you could have your name put on the back of tokens in the next set. And for years from now, people are going to see your name and know that you helped support this really cool game that you just fell in love with. Get their next set out and keep on growing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I love it. I've loved demoing. I know I've told the story once or twice before, but I think it's really cool that the first convention-style event we ever went to, Universal Retail Summit, again for industry only, they had to kick us out at 11 at night because at 10 o'clock at night the hall closed, and at 11 we were the only table still doing demos, and we had one poor fellow who had waited the extra hour and didn't get to demo, so we just gave him a bunch of product and said, we'll see you tomorrow. So, like...
Yeah.
People love the game because when they see a collectible card game being played on a grid and it's got the chess vibe and the magic vibe, and then you tell them about the deck building with the Warhammer vibe, it appeals to such a huge market. And I'm really excited. I know next week's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to take a moment here to look at the chat just to see what I've missed here, because I know Cardboard Flesh and Blood said something. I got to read it. If Fab is presenting at the booth, grab me promos. I want to go, but unfortunately I work. I tell you what, I'll sneak out and I'll check out Fab's booth if they are there, and if I can grab you some promos or something cool from Fab, I'll do it. No worries. So yeah, that's kind of, that's most of the stuff that we wanted to talk about tonight. We just wanted to go over all the successes because, again, like, in less than a year, we hit some huge milestones. Everything's great. The stores are loving the product. The community is going and growing bigger and better than ever. And if you're in an area where there's not a store carrying Genesis yet, you have 2 choices. You can just wait a bit because we are spreading and growing and there's more demand getting there all the time. Or you can do what a lot of people had to do when I owned a local game store, because, again, we owned one for 7 years. You can come into your local game store and say, listen, I got 2 or 3 friends that really want to play this new game. Would you bring in product? And I know it works because at my store, I know nothing about Dragon Ball Super, and about 6 years ago, I had 2 guys come in and they're like, hey, our friends and I, we really want to play this new Dragon Ball Super game, but nobody's carrying it. Would you mind carrying it? We'll come in and we'll play every Thursday. And as a store owner, no store owner is going to turn that down. If you know that there's a group of people who want to come in and play on a weekly basis, that's what convinces store owners to pull the trigger.
Definitely.
You just have to show them that there's a demand and that you'll come in on a regular basis to support the store, and it makes it worth it for the store to bring in that product for you. It happened with several games in our store, and I was always happy. As long as the people were true to their word and kept coming in, it wasn't just a one-time thing, it worked out great. And we carried several games I would have otherwise never heard of, just because I knew that there was going to be 3 or 4 people coming in and playing. And that's enough, because when 3 or 4 people come in and play and someone random walks in off the street and they see you playing a game they haven't seen before, a lot of times they get roped into it. They're like, oh, what's this going on? And especially with Genesis, because it's so visual with the playmat and that, it does a great job of roping people in. I forgot to tell. Oh, do I have a photo for it? I didn't show. You know what I didn't show them on the video today? I totally forgot. Oh my God. Let me tell you another really cool story. So I was up at Muskoka Cards and Collectibles, which you would have heard the owner, Tyler, talking about in the video we just saw a minute ago. What I forgot to show in the video, and I'll have to show you pictures next week of it. It's amazing. They had a cabinet maker made a custom wood Genesis Battle of Champions table with the grid already put into grooves in the tabletop, so you didn't need a playmat. You could just sit down. There's spots on both sides for your deck box, your exert tokens, your drinks or whatnot. And then there was these really cool grooves for the 5x6 grid. He actually used a real playmat to get the right dimensions for the squares. It was amazing.
It's perfect.
The guy's name is Jesse. He seems really friendly. I've actually been talking to him in the last 24 hours, because we were just there yesterday. In the last day since we were up there, I've been talking to him, and he's actually offered to make one for us. And I'm really excited because I'm going to get that table made, and I'm going to bring it to the local game store I play at most of the time. And it's such a cool, like, people see it and they have to ask the question, what is this really cool thing about?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get our own custom Genesis table built. And again, it seems like a really nice guy. I'm pretty sure a couple booster boxes of product are going to fall into his truck after the table falls out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, so, there's so many people out there who are such great people, who are positive and supportive, and they see a new game or a new store, and they want to get in and be a part of the excitement. And we've been really enjoying that buzz a lot over the last year. So many people have responded so overwhelmingly great to not only just Genesis in general, but the changes and the tweaks that we've made over the year. So many people have raved about how they like the brighter style of the cards now and the new card backs and everything else. Shout out to Joe from Flooded Studios for doing a great job on the card backs as well. So, like, there is so many awesome things going on, so much good news. And we just wanted to kind of share all that, because here's the truth. And I know half the viewers are going to get this and half of them won't, based on where you live right now. But the Canadian in us makes us be a little extra humble. We don't always like to brag about all the cool things going on. We'd rather just let it kind of trickle out over time. But we were getting the vibe that maybe some people were wondering how the game's going. So it seemed like on the 52nd episode, our anniversary episode, was a great time to put aside the humble and do a little bit of bragging for a change and let people know about all the awesome stuff going on.
Well, and a lot of times we don't talk about other things that we're working on because they're not materializing just yet. Like, there's lots of things we're working on and brainstorming and trying to put together. It's just we have to put the horse, like, we can't put the cart before the horse. Right? So, like, we are hoping to have a new online gaming, client.
Yep.
So you can play online easier than TTS. We are working on an ambassadorship, so, for
both of which are things we've mentioned in the past.
Yeah, we're still fleshing that out, and once we get organized play going, then that will kind of take more form and shape.
Yeah.
Hi, Timmy T. Glad to have you tonight. See you tonight. So we're working on different things, as well as, Cataclysm is, getting going, and
the cards are basically fully designed. Will said that himself.
Yeah.
That Cataclysm, and he's working on cards for the set after Cataclysm, which we're not talking about at all yet.
No.
But so the game's going great, the design's going great, the communities are going great. The response from game stores that are carrying us already has been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
And as a startup, I can't believe the progress that we've made, to be honest. Like, when we landed Southern Hobby so quickly, I was so proud, because that is a major get that most independent game stores will just never get into, one of those really big distributors in the States. And then, when we partnered up with Yoda's Data, the new startup in Germany, serving all of Europe, that's really exciting, especially because our world champion is German, and we'd like to have him come back and play again sometime, maybe win the trophy back kind of idea. So, we had a lot of big milestones, and I'm just thrilled. It's going great, and people, we just want to let you know that there's a lot of great things coming ahead. And I know that there's, this philosophy out there for some people that if a Kickstarter doesn't get funded in the first day, it's a failure. And I got to be honest, I kind of laugh at that, because Kickstarter is something that can run for 30 days, and I'll be very honest with the people here. We have several things in motion that we are doing that's going to build up more momentum, including going to the Collecticon in New Jersey next week and doing demos. It was never my intention or plan or expectation that a small independent card game like us would magically hit our $40,000 funding in day one. But we are 1 week into a 30-day campaign, and we are at 24% funded. We're like $400 off from being on pace to hit our goal on time. And that's here's something that you have to think about. A couple things that you need to know is we're at that 24% after only 1 week, and we have done literally 0 paid ads. No paid ads on Facebook, no paid ads on YouTube, no paid ads anywhere. It's just been kind of grassroots, letting it grow on its own. Same with next week. If we there's so much more that we can do and we are doing when the time is right. So, as I've said all along, ever since when we first started a year ago, we have a plan. We're following our plan. And now I can say after a year, we've hit every metric and every benchmark that we wanted to when we did. Everything's going great. And we're just going to ask people to,
be patient.
Be patient. Let us keep doing things at the pace that we're doing them because it's working out great. And I'll tell you one thing, and I know it's not very Canadian of me to say it because it's not humble, but I wouldn't bet against us. I think the smart money is to bet on us because we've done great so far and the feedback has been just overwhelmingly great, and I think the future is very bright. And definitely don't count us out on that Kickstarter. We're right where we want to be, right where we expected to be. So, yeah, things are going great.
We're very open for comments, discussion. If you have, thoughts that you want to have a discussion with us,
ask questions.
Send us a note through the website. Send us an email at hello@edgeofexile.com. I'm checking it regularly and we respond to emails on a regular basis, and we want to hear from you. We want your input. We're not an island. We don't know everything. We're doing our best at what we think, is going, and we will listen to you and take notes.
Well, I will say, though, that things are going great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm not saying that they aren't. I'm just...
No, because the way that was worded, somebody might have thought that.
Oh,
so.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just... Here's the optimist.
Yeah.
And I am...
You would call yourself a realist, I guess?
Realist/pessimist.
Sure, okay. There is one other little thing I wanted to mention, too. Not that it really matters that much, but here at Edge of Exile, we are adopting a new policy effective as of this past weekend, that from now on, we are only going to be sharing any links or posting any comments officially just through our own social media channels. There's a little pocket out on the internet where there's no moderation and people say things that may or may not be true. Let's lean heavily on the not. And people assume things and whatnot, and it's not worth my time. If you want to hear anything and know the truth about things, like Jenna says, come to our channel, email us, ask us directly.
And we've got, we have our official Facebook, our website.
Yeah. We
do have an official Discord, so if you're wanting to discuss with us about Discord...
No, on Discord, not about Discord.
Yeah. About Genesis on Discord.
Yeah, there's
that
a
is a spot for us where we would respond. So.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our new policy. Just because, to be honest, no other card game, none of the ones that we strive to be similar to, goes searching the internet to find random pockets to entertain people's conspiracy theories, and neither will we. But we've always been very open and communicative ever since we came out and announced that we were starting the company. We're an open book. We're happy to discuss things, and if you have questions, that's great. But we're not going to engage and humor people with their silly rumors and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just not happening. It's a waste of our time, and quite frankly, between the Kickstarter, between all the negotiations we have going on in the background between companies, distributors, and everything else that we're juggling right now, because we are working a lot of hours. It takes a lot of hours to run a collectible card game.
And,
yeah, we don't have time to waste on silly things like that. If you want to know anything for a fact, come to our channels and ask us, and we'll discuss.
And we'll answer questions. And if we can't, we.
Well, sometimes if it's
like,
how much money are you making this week? No company's going to reveal confidential stuff. Or what's the new mechanic in the next set? We're not giving spoilers. We're not answering any confidential business. But if anybody wants to know anything reasonable, ask, and we're happy to discuss. So.
Yeah, the official Discord is Genesis Battle of Champions.
What?
Isn't it?
No. That's you have to send them. You have to show a link that they can click for it. It's not just the words. It's not like other social media.
I don't understand Discord.
Yeah, she doesn't. So don't ask her any technical questions, folks. I got this.
Hey,
what
don't
we'll
pat
do
me.
what we'll do is for the benefit of anybody who's on Facebook, because that's the easiest way I can think of to share it. I'll post the link on Facebook either later tonight or early tomorrow morning as a post on behalf of Genesis on Facebook, and then you can click the link and hopefully people can share it around. And if you want, if Discord's your preferred method of communication, you can start chatting with us in the official Discord.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're still here for emails and everything else.
So our rough roadmap is getting Metamorphosis out, getting OP out, and as well as
we already covered it. He's just saying it was reassuring to hear.
Okay.
Sorry, Janice also sometimes reads half a comment, not the whole comment. So it's all good.
Yeah, I'm trying to do too many things at once, and I'm not used to this whole being on camera.
Yeah, I know. You're usually in my ear in the background telling me stuff. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so just the funny thing is, a lot of the things that that we've discussed over the last year, I think people forget it a lot. Because, like I say, we did say a year ago, the earliest we'd be getting organized play going is August or September this year. We did say a year ago that we were hoping to have the set out this summer, but there could be delays, such as the case. But what we didn't say a year ago was we're going to have 4 distributors, including 2 in the States. We never said that. We got there, though, and other cool things. So,
and our goal always was within the first year, we were hoping to get 1 set out, and then in a
perfect world, I was really hoping we would have got to 2 this year, but
it just...
Will's a rock star. He was able to design 2 sets, but we haven't, we weren't able to afford the artwork, for example, to do 2 sets at once ahead of time. What with the window of how long you have to pay for the art ahead of time and all that kind of stuff. But next year is still very reasonable, especially, again, and I hate to keep harping on it, assuming the Kickstarter gets funded at all, it's going to speed us up a lot, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, things are going really well, and I'm really happy that you're all here to celebrate our 52nd episode with us. It's been really fun. I need to start doing the Wheel of Names because I just realized I haven't been typing it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll back through the chat, so I won't be able to read anything, but Janice will stay on the fresh chat. And I'm going to open up a tab and I'm going to start doing the Wheel of Names so that we can, in a couple minutes, do the draw for the booster pack. So give me just a minute while I load this up. And it looks like the video is still okay. I didn't screw it up. Good. Okay, good. So
I think.
Yeah, we'll know in a few seconds. If the video gets blocked out by the tab, I'll move it. But no, I think we're good so far. That's awesome. I can put... Oh, okay, cool. Okay, let me get these names going here for the prizing tonight. So let me start at the top here. And at the top of the chat tonight, I see Duelist. Hello, Duelist.
So what are our hopes for the online client, as Jason types? Oh gosh, this is not
what
my wheelhouse.
What are our hopes for the online client?
That you can play online, easy.
Yeah, obviously we want something that's much more... Well, deck lists are going to be solved anyways, because as soon as we get to the top tier of these tournament software with Best Coast Pairings, they have a great deck builder that'll be unlocked. So that's nothing to worry about there. That's automatically taken care of. Our main thing that we've been contacting or contracting, depending how you want to word it, with somebody is somebody's designing, hopefully, what's going to turn out to be a really smooth and easy client, but... It's taken that individual much longer than we were assuming it would, or I don't know how to word it, but yeah. So we're working on it. It is still...
Yeah, so deck lists would definitely, once organized play is unlocked in its full capacity with Best Coast Pairings, will be on there as part of the...
yeah, it's just one of the cool features.
It'll be part of the cool features in there. So we'll be able to, you'll be able to check out the deck lists and all of that sort of thing as with Best Coast Pairings. So as one of the cool things that we liked about Best Coast Pairing is the
The deck builder.
The deck builder, yeah. Hey, cardboard cohorts, thanks for joining in. You missed all of our highlights of the last 24 or 52.
What? 52 weeks. That's where you go.
Weeks.
I was like, 24 months. Don't age us that much.
Gosh.
Yep. Marcus. Oh, Ed Tuck's here. There he is. I didn't even say hi to him. Hi, Ed Tuck. Who else do we got here?
So who has any more questions?
Anyone?
I'm here.
Anyone?
Here.
Bueller? Anyone?
Tell me.
Okay. Timmy T.
So along with organized play, we will be doing the judge program and all of that we're working on. We're currently working on revamping the rules, which is a huge task, and it's going really well. Oh, am I not supposed to talk about certain stuff? Shoot. This is why I'm not allowed on this screen.
We're working on tweaking the rules to make it more easy for people to understand. But I know people will jump to conclusions when she says something like that vaguely. Don't panic, folks. It's no big deal. Jerome, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I've been thinking about that myself, actually, especially because Will tonight couldn't make it in time. He was delayed getting home from work. I'm thinking maybe we should maybe think about switching our live stream start time to 8 p.m.
They also would help our West Coast people.
Oh, that's a great point, too.
Because
so what does the chat think? Would the chat prefer an 8 p.m. start time for our live streams instead of 7? Let us know, because that's something I've actually been thinking in the back of my mind for a while. And I didn't even think about the West Coast like you're saying, but it makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to read off a list of names here. I'm going to read off the list of names I got on the wheel. If I miss your name, if I don't say it, please correct me and let me know so I can get you entered for a chance to win a free prize tonight. Our list of names...
Oh, you got it.
Our list of names include Duelist, Jeremy H., Alana, which I'm assuming is probably Ryan, or maybe both. Cardboard Flesh and Blood, Imperial Pools. I've got J.C. Rayner in the wheel, and if his name gets drawn, because he works for us, we put a second booster pack into the prizing and we draw again. So everybody's cheering for JC because it doubles your chance winning prizes. Darkseon, the Card Golem, Marcus, Ed Tuck, Damien, Timmy T, Cardboard Cohorts. Cohorts. I haven't had dinner yet tonight. I'm running on nothing but caffeine. I apologize, Cardboard. And Jerome. Just Ryan, not Alana. Okay, that's cool. Well, here, let me just swap out Alana's name for Ryan's name, then, if that's the case. There we go. All right. I'm going to give you about another minute, folks, in the chat, in case anybody wants to last minute say hello or something like that for a chance of winning a booster pack, or in case I've missed somebody's name. You let me know. And in the meantime, I'm going to get ready to do this wheel because I have to add something here to make this work. So that people will be able to see it in a minute.
Yes, we have workhorses in the background, Card Golem, that are constantly working on stuff. So I have a lovely 30-page document I'm working my way through.
Well, there it is, wheel of names. Found it. Done. That took me a minute to find.
Sure, Jerome, if JC wins twice, we'll give someone 4 packs.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll gamble. Because the odds of it are pretty slim, if we're being honest. But yeah, that sounds like fun.
All right, 8 p.m. seems to be pretty popular.
Oh yeah? Is that what people are saying? Hey, Austin's here. Welcome. Nice to see you. I'm going to add you to the list in just a second. After I get all this done. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's going to stay there. Oh, that's the overlay. That's why I grabbed the wrong screen. Wheel of names. This is what I want at the top. Come on.
Okay, you guys are a little crazy. 3 times and he wins 10. Jeez.
What are the odds? Sure.
Fine.
You got it. If JC's name somehow comes up on the wheel 3 times in a row, we're going to give somebody 10 packs. There you go. And God help us, if his name comes up 4 or more times, somebody wins a whole booster box. But that's it. After that, we're done. Nobody's like winning the whole company or anything. Not happening. Come on, no names. There we go. Done. Okay, that's the right one. That's what I want. Sorry about the delay, everyone. It takes a minute to make this look right, and I still screwed it up. But anyways, let me add Austin's name into the wheel of names, which is over here. Awesome is awesome. HSMN. There we go. And then I can go back, and we should be able to draw for a prize winner now. Let me switch over here. I apologize that things don't look the prettiest tonight, but it took me a minute to figure this out, and at this point, I really just want to give away the prize. And like,
well,
yeah. You don't need to say whoa. They didn't need to know that I hit the wrong button. You don't out me, honey. Don't out me. It's fine.
This is why I don't go on the stream.
I know.
Because I'm so horrible.
All right, here we go. And all right, here we go. You are awesome. Of course you are. All right, so yeah, it looks like we're going to switch to 8 p.m. Maybe as quick as, well, I guess next week I'm in Jersey. So there'll be it's Monday night. We'll be back by then, yeah. So maybe as quick as next week we might switch. I'll make sure to let people know. In the meantime, I'm going to click the wheel here and where did the wheel go? This is the only problem I have with not using 2 monitors is it does make some of this stuff a little harder to do on one. Oh gosh. Now we've really screwed it up. Hold on. That's because of this, right? And then if I go, I've wrecked everything. All right. Shuffle. Randomize. And here we go, people. Your digital clock is off by a minute. It's breaking. Everything's breaking. But it's fine. Here we go. Everybody's cheering for JC Rayner. You'll notice on the yellow slot on the right-hand side. I guess you won't notice, but it says JC Rayner times 2. Here we go. Let's see who's going to be the winner. The winner is going to be Timmy T. If you haven't won before, Timmy, you're just going to have to send us an email at hello@edgeofexile.com so that we know where to send it to you. If you have won before, just comment in the chat to let us know that, and then we'll know to dig up your old email and know where to send it to you. Oh, first time winning. Okay. So just email us at the email at the top of the screen, hello@edgeofexile.com. Let us know where to mail your prize to, and you are going to be winning a booster pack of Invasion. Well, honey, this was fun.
Card Golem likes your Football Blitz.
Yes! My favorite arcade game of all time, so I had to buy the 1-up for it. I love it. It's a great game. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. It was fun to take a look back and talk about how great things have gone in our first year. I'm really excited. If any of you happen to be in the New York area, make sure to swing by at Collecticon. New York is right beside New Jersey. It's like across.
I know where it is.
Well, if you know, why are you correcting me?
Because you're not in New York, you're going to New Jersey.
That's why I said the words New York area.
But it's New Jersey area.
Do you see what I put up with, folks? This is why we keep her off camera. So if anyone is going to be in the New York, New Jersey, Ontario area.
John wants a recap.
Okay. If anyone's going to be in the New York, New Jersey, Ontario, east coast of the North America area, stop by and visit because we're going to be doing demos at Collecticon, New Jersey next weekend. Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a blast. And then, so just a little recap for Jerome. We showed a really cool video where we talked about the huge milestones we hit in the first year. We showed a bunch of testimonials from game stores that are really loving Genesis. All the feedback we've gotten from tons of game stores is they love what we're doing. I actually had a couple game store owners thank me for the fact that we didn't list booster boxes in the Kickstarter because it helps them to not have to fight for sales, which was our reason for doing it. We didn't want to steal sales from game stores. We want game stores to be as profitable and successful as possible.
And
so
grow the community.
Yeah, grow the community. That's where
you're going to go to play, right? And if they believe in Genesis, they're going to promote it, and, you know, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, so that was the shortest version possible to recap. Basically, it was a look back and a look forward, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate, and, you know, we are open to communication. You have concerns about something, or you have a question, or you want to praise us, we'll take the praise. You know, just reach out to us. You've got the hello@Edge of Exile email us. We check it regularly.
Hit us up on our Discord, which I'll be sharing the link for later. Facebook messages, whatever. Like, we're really easy to get hold of. I will say one other thing, just to reiterate what I said earlier in a little bit clearer terms too. If you're not hearing it from us, it's probably not true. So, like, a lot of people are just speculating and guessing on things, just like when we bought the company, and a lot of people speculated and guessed on things that they made up or whatnot, or they assumed was true. If you don't hear it from us, then don't take it for gospel, because we're happy to let you know what's going on.
And there are things that we are doing that we don't talk about just because
it's not time yet. Just like every other collectible card game.
We just, you know, we...
I don't know where you're going with this. You lost me. Carry on.
I don't know. We might be doing stuff and you just don't know it.
Right. Oh, yeah, there's lots of things we're working on for the future of the game that we haven't announced yet because it's premature. But, yeah, lots of things going on. Game's doing great. The community loves it. We're growing really fast, and I'm going to be in New Jersey demoing next weekend, which is going to be great. We hit 24% funded in our first 7 days on the Kickstarter, which is right on track. I'm super excited. I'm very confident we're going to get a lot more Kickstarters next weekend when we're demoing in New Jersey. It's going to be a blast. In the meantime, we'll be back. I'll probably be dead tired next Monday because I'll have driven home from New Jersey overnight and then worked all day. But we'll be back next Monday night. Hopefully we'll be able to get home early, and it might even be an 8 o'clock start next week. We'll update on social media to let people know. I got to clear it with Will, see what he prefers, and then we'll go from there.
And then maybe you'll see me more.
Oh, I'd like that. It's fun. So, yeah. That's it for tonight, I think, folks. Thanks for hanging out. It wound up, even though I didn't really think we had a lot to talk about, we still killed almost a full hour. So thanks for hanging out. It's a lot of fun. We love to see you all. And we'll see you right here next week. In the meantime, take care. Stay safe out there. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.